There are four specific ways to grow astronomically, I guess, in life. Four. No more, no less. Just the four. Number one is the capital building stage. All right? This is the stage where you raise capital. This is the stage where you're in right now if all you do is Bolt and Uber, because Bolt and Uber is not something that you can scale. It's something that helps you gather the most and then get into the next stage. And the next stage is business. You can't drive forever. At certain point, at certain age, you just don't have the physical strength to go on. This is why whatever you get from this Uber, whatever you get from this boat, I beg you save it. And don't just save for rainy days. No, save it for a business. Pick a business, pick a venture. The other day I was talking to somebody, or rather I heard him saying something about, man, money day. I think he was talking about laundry now. And I wanted to have a conversation, like, talk to me about it. How is it? How many laundry billionaires do you know? I'm not saying the business is bad. I mean, it can be managed differently and all that. But follow a certain trajectory. Look at people who have gone ahead and gone before. What did they do? What were they into? What sort of business, you know? Paul or Anibe, I think, of Landmark, not Bakery, of Landmark. I don't know if you know the person, but check him out. He's into real estate, but not the same way that you know. He buys real estate for things like resorts, for things like mall, for things like shopping complex. He doesn't do like residential real estate. You understand? That's another form of real estate. You could buy real estate for stadium building. You could buy real estate for concerts place, whatever it is. But look at the people who've gone before. See the sort of thing they went into, right? Then after you build the business, that's the second stage. The next is to become the custodian. Become the gatekeeper. No, not gatekeeper. But basically build that business to a point where the business is very, very solid. Solid enough. It is a very, very wrong notion to hear anybody tell you, don't put all your eggs in one basket. There's a point you get to, and that actually applies to you. But that's not the point you're in. If Uber and Bolt is all you do, again, that's not the point you're in right now. Yeah, you need to grow to a point. Again, let me also give you an instance. When you go online or on TV and you find people saying you can invest with just 1,000 naira, no, please, I beg you in the name of God, delete that video, block the person. That it's not for you. You're not in the investing stage right now. I got a couple of shares on MTN. Maybe I'll talk about that later. You know, for a certain amount, the share actually grew. I got it when it was like 169, and then it grew to like 700 and something. So you can imagine the astronomical value over a couple of years, mind you, right? But then in the end, I realized you can't get wealthy like this. You can't get, if you're buying shares with all those your little change. You're trading, you're not investing. That's not investment, because you're buying so that you sell when it's high and buy when it's low and all that. That's rubbish. That's what most of our parents do or did. They bought a bunch of shares from Access Bank, from this bank, Stabig IBTC. Today, absolutely nothing, because that is not how you build. Okay, so you become a custodian. That's the number 3. What it means to become a custodian is that you grow. Let's say, for instance, you started a pharmacy business. You went into the pharmacy industry, right? You grow that business in such a way that when people talk pharmacy in your area, in your vicinity, they don't talk pharmacy without mentioning you. That's how much you should grow. That's what I mean by becoming a custodian. When people talk about, let's say you went into fashion. When people talk about fashion, you don't talk about fashion without thinking about Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, whatever, they have become custodians of their industry. And there's so many other brands, they've not gone international, but at least within their vicinity, they are known as the people you need to talk to if you need certain things. Even if you want to get into the laundry industry, which I really would advise against. But if you want to get into that, you should get into it in a way that everybody understands that no, if you want your laundry done and done right, it's this person. That's how you become the custodian. You need to grow to that point where it's so easy for you, all right, to run your business. You've placed systems in place. You have systems in place that the business runs without you. If you want to start a factory, the same thing applies. You grow to a point where everybody knows you as the supplier. So whatever money you are getting, don't go and start investing in shares or something as a new business. No, put it in that same business. Every single person that you know that is wealthy today started from one thing. Dangote probably started using cement now, sugar and salt. I don't know which one was first, but he started from one thing. It wasn't like a general, yes, let's do salt, sugar, petrol. No, it started from one thing. Always start from one thing. When you talk about Bill Gates, you talk about Microsoft. When you talk about Elon Musk, you talk about EV cars and going to Mars, I guess. BUA cement as well. Every single one of them, there's one thing you can always say, oh yeah, this person did this person is this person is that. But mind you, these people sit on boards of on the board rather of so many other companies that are not even related to their field. But that's not the stage where you should be doing this, because the last stage is investment. That is when you should try to now start not putting all your eggs in one basket. Grow your business very well. Have branches if you must. Grow it to the point where, you know, at every corner of every street there is you somewhere. Don't grow too fast. Okay, just make sure that the first branch is doing quite okay before you're extending and expanding. You spread yourself too thin sometimes, especially if you've not built system. So 4 approaches to wealth. You start from capital creating, and congratulations to you. You are doing Uber, you're doing Bolt, you are already there. You've already started. If you have a business alongside it, that means you've already even entered the second stage. There are just 2 more stages left. And then when you've grown your business to the point wherein you are the custodian, you are in the 3rd stage. Before you start talking about investment, when you invest, you don't invest 1,000, you don't invest 100,000, you don't invest 500 or a million, you invest properly. You're at a time when from your business you can take out 20 million and yeah, no problem, yeah, take it and invest, because the returns from that 20 million, whether it is mutual fund, government bond, a treasury bill, whatever it is you're trying to get into, if you don't get into it with real money, it's nonsense. It's absolute waste of your time and the government's time for that matter. You really think when government is trying to sell you that government bond or treasury bill, they are hoping for your 1,000? You really think the government doesn't have 1,000? They're looking for the billions in investment. This is why the banks are the ones who do the investment. Sometimes individual, but rarely. Not your 1,000, 2,000, 200,000. I was talking to somebody there, like, but that is money now. It's not money. It's not, actually. If you calculate it, it's not money. We're talking about investment, like, let's say, for instance, a company is worth 100 million, and you bought shares worth 10 million. That means you own 1%. Investment is ownership. Ownership. You want to be involved. Not just if the share rise, I'll sell. Don't do that. That's not investment. Okay, you bought and then you got like 1% by just investing 10 million into the venture, and it's not the type of thing where you're checking because you've used your last card to invest. That's not how investment works. Like, for years you forget about this, and you don't forget about it, but it's not something that if the money was not there, you know, your life will crumble. This is why you need to build your business to a point where it's so stable that it gives you so much money for you to do this investment.